Okay, right. Okay. This is the ex response. Oh, this was her name. It's called My Truth. Okay, this is gonna. I don't. How do you even like come up when it like? I wonder what she's gonna say. Like she like. Fuck! I can't fucking speak. Like, what do you even say after like you fucking get exposed for cheating on your boyfriend with your fucking cousin? What do you have to say?
Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my
What? Okay, I don't understand. What is your truth? The truth is already out there. What you gotta say don't matter.
story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did.
Oh god, that is so disgusting. Like we already know what happened, but the fact that you take accountability, what you're saying, everything that. Oh god, that's gross.
I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was
Why are you?
my ex.
Why are you apologizing? You obviously didn't care, by the way. She obviously she didn't care. Cause if she cared, she wouldn't have cheated.
I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed.
You're
I
disgusting.
did a lot of things that I'm not proud of,
You're
and
disgusting.
I have to own up to them.
Oh, I don't even want to watch this. Like, I feel so gross watching this.
Ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem.
Oh my god, wait, she's gonna. Yo. Okay. Their relationship wasn't picture perfect, so she cheated on him with her cousin. Nice.
I lost myself in our relationship.
Then break up.
And I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I.
Okay, if this was like with just any other guy, okay, maybe it's a little different. But this is with her cousin. That's why this is so much different. If this was like a random other guy she cheated with, it's fine. But she did this with her cousin. That's fucking weird.
I have to take accountability for my actions, and in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my.
I'm gonna bet she's gonna start crying and be like, "I'm not perfect. I'm gonna mental health. I'm gonna take a break from the internet."
Loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong. I fucked up, and I'm taking time away.
How is the video longer than when he actually? There we go.
Correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and
the corporate response is always like, they need help and they're gonna go find help.
Become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me.
I wonder what the lies and misinformation is, by the way.
In order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name, and I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear.
Okay, so the bucket list wasn't her idea, it was her cousin's idea.
I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that happened.
Okay, so this was recent. Is this true? Cause she started talking about Kentucky like that was like a while ago. What happened in Kentucky? I really want to know. So how do you recently? And also, she said that this is like ever since. Like, why did she bring up her and her cousin when they're little kids? Then, like, this she's obviously lying, right?
I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better.
You are. That's exactly what she's trying to do.
It's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. Share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by
Jasmine, mom, grandma. A lot of calls from your fucking dad.
Anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother.
Please go inside, sleep it off, okay? Please go and eat something. Tomorrow's a new day, okay? I'm going to sleep, okay? Before you go to sleep, day, good night, 9K.
This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it in order to get
break up with him, bro.
clips and impressions. The thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself.
What the? How the fuck do you involuntarily? I don't know. I'm not gonna really speak on this because I don't know what the fuck any of this means. Well, how did this happen to you? How did you get involuntary admitted to something? That's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little fucked up.
It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong,
that's fucked
regardless
up.
of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse.
I don't really know what to say watching this video because I don't. What she talking about, I don't know nothing about.
Our teen just graduated high school and he was 20. Emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, and that hurt from someone I considered.
Did she? Is she talking about? Is she?
Close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school.
Okay, so she's basically trying to say he manipulated her and he abused her. It's like, oh, man. I wonder how he's gonna respond.
When he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends.
Then you should have just left him.
And since he's decided to bring...
If y'all are watching right now and y'all in an abusive relationship, and you, like, I feel like it's so simple to say because I'm not in a situation, so I can't really relate. But if you think like there's nothing out there for you, but with the relationship you're in, I'm telling you right now, the grass is okay. But there's also saying that the grass is not what's green on the other side. But you could always leave your situation. You don't have to be stuck where you are. If you're in an abusive relationship, leave. I'm telling y'all, leave while y'all can. Maybe y'all listen to me like, oh, you're a fucking low ass boy. You don't know what the fuck you talk about. But like, I feel like the grass is always greener on the other side, you know? There's more to life than being stuck in an abusive relationship you don't want to be in. Just leave. I know it's easier to say than to do, but it's always better to leave.
Onto the internet. I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done.
But doesn't mean you fucking cheat with your cousin though.
To me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be.
He's not a fucking saint, bro.
We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal. But what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together.
I love to my bottle caps.
He even forced himself on me at one point. My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues.
He raped her, I guess. Oh, where was this when they were together?
And he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem.
Where's the comments at, man? She bold as fuck leaving these comments on? Wow, okay, that's fucked up. Okay. Her cousin wrote this script. Okay, she's trying to talk no jutsu her way out of this. She pulling that card. Rumor, it's true. It is. Imagine getting caught by AI litter box. Yeah, that is crazy, by the way. Why every time a woman apologizes on social media, it always has to do with the fact that they were in a dark place in their life? That is always true, huh? Hurting yourself to frame your ex is a new low. The bucket list ain't disappearing. The cold sore on the bottom of your lips is otherwise. Is that what that? I think that's just the lighting, right? I thought there was something there too. I think it's the lighting.
Where my ex would approach me.
That is something. Probably a cut.
And put me in a.
It's a cut because that dude abused her.
Chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of
and she might be doing the same thing. So
the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth.
Like, one thing I don't like is every time like girls get exposed like this, they always say they're in a dark place, and they always end up saying that they were in a toxic relationship, and then they got raped and this and that. But like, why wasn't you saying this when you weren't exposed? You weren't saying this because you were in the relationship and you were comfortable there and you didn't want to leave. Like, man.
Tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and
Wait, so that dick must have been huge.
I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted
Why didn't she come out with this sooner?
in me getting a cut on my insides.
Wow, he's cutting up the insides? Wow, that cock was too big. That's why she cheated on him. Now we know why. She cheated because that cock was too huge. Okay, well, obviously the other things too. But I was talking shit, saying that his cock he wasn't doing it good. Obviously, his shit was just too big.
Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage.
Don't fucking show
that
it.
Resulted.
The picture of my eternal. Yeah, I was about to say, don't fucking show that. That would be actually disgusting. This was 2 years ago. Oh, that's disgusting. There's blood in water, so she must have been doing something else. Okay. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. That's disgusting. This is just disgusting overall. And first of all, why the fuck are you recording this? Go to the fucking hospital!
After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me.
Wait, trauma bond with her ex? Who was her ex? Her cousin?
In a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it.
But what if the whole time it wasn't actually her cousin and she just put her ex's name as a cousin? Oh my god, is she gonna say that?
At the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like.
But if that's true, she wouldn't say how her and her cousin had a thing when they were younger, by the way. That's fucking weird.
Torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail.
Do we want to read all this? Oh, okay. I guess we could read all this. Let me just change my camera real quick. We could read all this, I guess. Okay. Yeah, man, I passed out last night. Kat gave me a brief overview of why you broke up with Kenneth. I could tell, but I finished at 3 a.m. anyway, so I knew you'd be asleep. He lost a real one because of his problems he was never able to fix. I was putting 100% of myself into the relationship to fix it while he put 50%, so it didn't work. Despite everything, I loved him and believed in him. He gave him my trust and all in hopes he would change, but he never will for me because soon after our talk next day we had an argument where his stubbornness held him back from being mature. It's just proof he will never change, not for me, at least not while in this relationship. He needed to be alone, and I see that. So I stood up for myself and broke up with him 2 days ago when we argued again. And then the other side. Do it right now or we break up. I'm dead ass done putting up with your bullshit and your stubbornness. You are in the wrong for this shit. I'm not putting up with that. It not having to wait for you to get your sleep before you want to handle the issue between us two. So please let me know right now. I am so genuine. Now I'm good. You got it. You can repeatedly hurt me, but you get to claim you love me, right? You get to claim you tried, right? And I can forgive you as many times as humanly possible, and you can remain the same person or same man, right? I could go through hell and back and still be the one to try to repair what we had, be the one to come back, while I'm the one who doesn't care as much, right? I hope you rot in hell. Wow.
I left.
That was 2 years
Here's
ago.
proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship.
Yeah, I'm not reading all this
I
shit.
have
I'm
the
sorry.
letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoings that he put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access.
Wait, did he write those notes in Google Doc and print it out and give it to her, or did she just print them out? Because if he's writing those in Google Doc and printing out, like, dude, just come on, you don't know how to write a fucking letter, dude. Just grab a fucking pencil and write it on a piece of paper. You know what I mean?
In order to showcase the video for you guys today, but
I'm not gonna lie, this is a very messy situation. I don't know how it got so messy.
And it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this would work on a lot of people though.
For his shortcomings.
And it worked on you. Obviously, it worked on you because that was 2 years ago, and y'all just broke up right now.
I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to a list of expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all,
okay, but you say that, but you ended up being with him for 2 more years, so obviously it worked. Until it didn't work. That's the point, right, guys?
I took my ex back in February of 2025.
Oh, like a year later.
And
wow.
in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but like, I feel like
guys, this is before Streamer U.
Made my mistakes. Can do for me to turn out fully self-destruct and to continue to progress more. And getting problem receipt in our I will be
okay, complicated situation, that's all. Okay, it's just whatever, you know. Okay, I just want to look at the comments.